Welcome to the standoff. Most of the wheels we've compared and talked about here in recent videos have been more what I would call tuner style wheels. Wheels that come in 18-inch sizes and are more focused on performance than anything else. However, we can't forget about our friends who happen to be fans of cars that come from Europe or right here in the United States that require much larger wheels than your typical 18 by 9.5. Which is why today we're going to be taking a look at two different wheel brands who have both made a name for themselves in this area of aftermarket wheels, Ferrada and Rohana. We're going to be going over each of these brands individually as well as comparing them head to head when it comes to their construction, their designs and size offerings, and of course their price. I'm Jels, let's go ahead and get started. Odds are if you own a newer BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Corvette, or anything that requires a 19-inch or above wheel, you have stumbled across both Ferrada and Rohana brands. You've also probably noticed that these wheels aren't necessarily cheap either, as most of these sets are coming in well over $2,000 for a set of wheels, which is quite a few doubloons to be dropping on some aftermarket wheels, and you might have some questions about what each of these brands are. Are they reputable? Are they worth that much? Which one is better? All fair questions, and is the reason that we are here to help answer them. Starting in 2015, Ferrada set out on a mission to make some of the most aggressive and deep concave wheels that they could for modern vehicles, as well as kind of shake up the industry a bit when it came to the content that was being made to promote aftermarket wheels. Focusing on high quality vehicle showcases to be posted on their YouTube channel, they kind of blew up almost right away. And over the years, they have expanded their original lineup of wheels into multiple series that include flow form and even recently off-road wheels as well. Concavity, of course, is still a major focus when it comes to the design of their wheels, which is why almost every size has its own concavity profile to maximize the amount of depth that you get out of every size. Now in the other corner, we have Rohana. Now they have a few more years on Ferrada as they started back in 2009, and again, focus on making luxury aftermarket wheels targeted to the high-end and performance vehicle market. Over the years, they've gained quite a bit of reputation for balancing that form and function aspect when it comes to their wheels, and have been featured on some pretty wild builds thanks to their multi-piece offerings as well. And while a lot of their designs and offerings cater to European and domestic platforms, we've also seen Rohana become a pretty popular choice for some Japanese car owners as well, especially after securing some major collaborations with brands like Liberty Walk, Rocket Bunny, and even RWB. Now, not every aftermarket wheel is made the same, which is why a wheel's construction should be something that you at least know when looking at a set of aftermarket wheels. Ferrada has a mixture of different wheels that they make, from low pressure casts and flow form wheel options, depending on the line of wheels that you're looking at from Ferrada. Their CM series or Concave Madness series of wheels are going to feature low pressure cast wheels. This is a manufacturing process that uses a mold that's filled with molten aluminum alloy and then using a small amount of air pressure to help with any porosity issues that typically come with that type of casting process. Now this wheel here is part of their F8 series of wheels, and these are what are known as flow form wheels. So they use the same low pressure casting method to pretty much make the initial face and design of the wheel. Then they take that and essentially forge the barrel of the wheel into its final shape using high pressure rollers. Now this aligns the grain structure of the metal, making it a lot stronger and allowing them to use a lot less overall material to manufacture the whole wheel. Now when it comes to wheels this size, that weight adds up pretty quickly, especially with how intricate the face designs of these wheels get. And a lot of aluminum is used to make these type of wheels, and they do tend to be quite a bit on the heavier side. I remember when we weighed the CM2 from Ferrada, came out to be around 33 pounds. Now the flow form or F8 series that Ferrada does help cut down on that weight quite a bit by about 1 to 2 pounds per wheel. Now when it comes to Rohana, they used to be the same way. They had quite a few low pressure cast wheels, but when they introduced their RFX series of wheels, which is made using what they call cross forging, which is just a fancy name for flow forming. It's just TSW trademark flow formed, and it causes this whole issue with other brands that use this type of manufacturing to name it something different. That's why you hear so many different names. But for the most part, it's all the same process. So we have lines like their RFX series, and today Rohana has, I believe, just one regular cast wheel in their lineup, which is the RC7. And they've actually been taking a lot of their older original designs, kind of like this one here, and refreshing them a bit and switching from cast to cross-forged technology and bringing them in to their RFX or RFC lineup, which is cool to see them taking steps to improve over time, even with some older wheel models. Now, the RFX series from Rohana is without a doubt some of the most popular wheels from Rohana. And I will say that these wheels do tend to come in lighter compared to the Ferrada wheels when we weighed them. When we weighed the RFX 17 not too long ago, it was a 20 by 11 and it came in at 28 pounds per wheel. Again, design has a huge impact on overall weight, but in general, we have seen Rohana come in a bit lighter. It's only right to mention that a lot of the Rohana designs also come in custom forged multi-piece configurations as well. If you want to shell out the extra cash, maybe you want some more customization to your wheel, maybe you need the really big size and really aggressive offsets for your wide body car, they have that option for you too, which Ferrada does not yet offer. Now, when it comes to overall design, both of these brands put a heavy focus into concavity. It's one of the biggest things that everyone loves about these wheels. Everyone loves concave wheels. It's also what helps show off the designs the most. But both of these brands have a good selection of models to choose from, but I will say if you like this floating spoke or simulated multi-piece style, and even though that's what we're showing for Rohana, Ferrada has quite a few more options like that in their CM series of wheels. Rohana has RFC3 right here and the RFC10, but that's really about it right now unless you go to the actual multi-piece route from them. Size and spec-wise, again, pretty similar. Both of these brands are targeting very similar vehicles, but I will say Ferrada does have a bit more of an aggressive fitment option in their lineup. So if you're looking for something that will give you more of a tighter fitment with some more aggressive offset and more concavity, Ferrada might be the one that you want to go look at. But there is a big factor that we haven't talked about yet. Maybe it's a big deciding factor, and that of course is price. Now, Ferrada is ranging anywhere between $1,800 and $2,900 per set, where Rohana comes in a bit higher of range between $2,000 and $3,100 per set, giving an average difference of about a few $100s depending on the size and design that you go with. So where does that all leave us? Well, if I had to give a summary of everything we talked about, kind of condensed into a Cliff Notes version, if that's still even a thing anymore, I would say that both of these brands do a good job hitting their target with their designs and their offerings. If you're looking for wheels that come in larger sizes and focus on concavity, these are probably the two best places I would recommend starting at. Ferrada comes in a bit cheaper. They offer a few more choices when it comes to the whole floating spoke or simulated multi-piece wheel thing. And Rohana hits a very similar mark, but focuses more on that longer spoke design with their RFX series. Rohana also comes in at a bit more of an expensive price point, but does have the benefit of coming in overall a little bit lighter. So armed with all that information, you should have everything you need to go out and make a confident purchase if you are looking for a wheel like this for your vehicle. And of course, if you do need any help figuring out which size is gonna work best for you and your car and what you're looking to do with it, make sure to let us know. We've been doing this for quite a long time and we'd love to help you out and love to help you get a new set of wheels, whether it's Rohana, whether it's Ferrada, or anything else you might be looking at. You can check it all out over at MartiniWorks.com. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you later.